Welcome back, everybody, to the show where we open up Premier League player packs to find a new team to support. Now, we don't have a name for this show, so please give us suggestions. We can't just keep calling it the show for pulling Premier League. It's just too long. It's too much. But I'm your host, Dave. I am somewhat of a fan, mostly. I enjoy watching.
You don't get angry enough to be a true Premier League fan.
Not in public. I wasn't raised that way. In my own home, though, oh, very much so. It's become a little bit of a problem, but that's not why we're here. And with me, as always, is the expert and the token British guy, Damien.
Hey!
Yay!
Let's.
Yeah, there you go. So catching up with our last video, we picked Newcastle for match week 21 and Aston Villa for match week 22. So we're going to get into them, cover who is front running the top of our table, and then see who we get for this next match week. So getting into it, Newcastle played Wolverhampton in match week 21. They won 3-0, and it was very well deserved.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you said played Wolverhampton, maybe there's a different word. It wasn't really a match, per se.
It was more like a non-friendly. Both teams were there, but
there was a stadium, there was a football.
There were fans. Newcastle was not nice in any way. It was just showcasing really how well Newcastle is now doing this season. I mean, comparatively to with the last couple seasons, and just kind of how far Wolverhampton has fallen a little bit. But I mean, we're focusing on Newcastle here. So
not to be rude to the Newcastle squad, but it's essentially Isak, Gordon, and 9 other guys.
Basically, yeah. I mean, again, nothing against them. They're professionals. They know what they're doing. But specifically this game, it was all Isak and Gordon. Like the entire 90 minutes. It was insane. And going into that, so the 3 goals, 2 of them were Isak.
Yep.
With assists from Gordon, and the 3rd goal was from Gordon, which I mean is not a surprise having watched them and how they were doing. But fun fact on that, for Isak especially, that was his 8th game in a row where he's gotten a goal. One of very few people to do that.
Yeah, the record is 11, and I believe there's 2 guys at 9 and then 1 at 10. It's Jamie Vardy, Ruud van Nistelrooy. I don't know who the other guy. It could be Salah and Haaland, but I'm not 100% certain.
I'm not sure. I can't recall. I'm pretty sure one of those guys too have done it twice, like in their careers. But I mean, the fact that Isak's like on that list now is very impressive. Like, congrats to him.
It's a shame that run is over now, but.
I mean, yeah,
Fun
that's
fact
like,
for
I
him.
mean, he did get there. So I mean, it's still nice to know, like, hey, that stat of yours is like etched in history with all these other guys. It's just amazing stuff.
And also, you have more goals than Southampton.
Yes, that's
Yeah, take that for what you will.
I mean, yeah. Again, congrats to Isak on that. But my favorite thing with the match was watching Gordon play, just because he was basically putting on a clinic the entire time. If for anybody out there that didn't watch it, please do watch it. Just watch Gordon the whole time. It was basically a master class of how to screw with the defense. It was just his passing, his footwork, everything with how he was doing his job was just amazing to watch. And like the fact he got assists for Isak and he got his own goal, like, just proves how well he was doing stat wise. It was amazing to watch. That's all I can really say. But I mean, that was my takeaway. Isak and Gordon, highlights of the entire match. It was a great time to be a Newcastle fan during that weekend. It was great. But moving on, match week 22, we had Aston Villa versus Arsenal.
That's my summary.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, if you will.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
don't know. It's cool.
But they did end up in a draw. It was 2-2. Basically, it was Arsenal's game to lose going on because they got up 2-0 very early.
Yeah.
And I mean, nothing against them. They were doing very well. They were doing what they've been training for, how they've been playing all season. It was basically what they have.
They're doing their jobs.
Yeah, basically, like there's nothing wrong with what they were doing, but they got unlucky later on. But I think that's more to do with how Aston Villa was playing, and I mean that's who we're here to talk about. Aston Villa let in a couple early, which nothing against them for that. But the fact is, the entire 90 minutes, they weren't letting up one bit. They didn't let it get to them. They weren't keeping their heads down during mistakes or falling back. They were running and gunning literally the entire times. I realized I just said running and gunning against Arsenal. I regret nothing, except maybe that.
Running and gunning.
Yeah.
America.
Okay. But I mean, it just goes to show how much Aston Villa is willing to go to not let themselves fall behind this season.
And it's a credit to the fans as well, because it was a home game.
Yeah.
You're 2-0 down at home. The fans, if they would have left at half time or, gets that 70-minute mark and they're like, oh, I'm done with this. But no, they stuck there. They kept winning their players on, and they they got 2 goals against the team in second.
Yeah. I mean, they got down 2. They got them both back in the second half. It was inspiring to watch, basically, just how much effort they were putting in. It was great. Again, if you didn't see this match, I'd recommend going to watch just to see how much effort Aston Villa put into this, because it was the dedication to keep going is great to see, especially at the professional level, because a lot of times you'll see, oh, we're down 2, we're down 3. What's the point, really? And nope, not for Villa. They're just like, we're not done yet, and they weren't. I mean, they came back to take 2 points away from Arsenal, who are top of the board, basically, just like they usually are. So I mean, it's a big credit to Aston Villa and what they're doing there. Props to them for it.
And then after that, they had their Champions League game, which they qualified in the top 8 for, meaning they get the first round bye as well. And it's Aston Villa. They have a Champions League in their history many moons ago, but still, they're up there.
Yeah,
they're doing it. Man City were what, in the 20th? Real Madrid were down like 17th or something, and Aston Villa were 8th.
Yeah. So I mean, they're like Newcastle the week before. Aston Villa's put in great work. So we're excited to see where they're going to be with the rest of the season, with the Champions League, which it's not something we cover, but we enjoy watching it. Well, more so you, just because
we're in it.
Yeah, you're in it and you're still fighting for it. So there is that. But moving on, we have match week 24 coming up. So we did miss match week 23. So we do have to do some polls for those. We didn't do any polls for 22. So we've got quite a few packs to open and quite a few teams that we're close to getting. So
yeah, this could be a big one.
A little bit. Just a little bit. But okay.
Or 9 more Connor Chapmans.
Most likely 4 Connor Chapmans. Jeez. If we get any more, I swear I'm going to...
I think whoever we get the most of, we need to reach out on any social medias and be like, hey, for the fun of it,
might as well
have a cup of tea.
Yep. Well, we'll see what we get. But a little rundown of what we got. So, top of the board, all these teams, we currently have 10 players on, so we need 1 more. We are looking at, again, AFC Bournemouth is back up with 10. We have been pulling so many of them, it's just ridiculous.
With keeper as well.
Yeah,
We need one player.
Yeah, need one of the other players. Up with them is Brentford, also at 10 with the keepers, so any of the other players. And then Liverpool and Southampton, also at 10 with keeper. So literally any of the other players, which, I mean, looking at it is basically like 4 or 5 people that we could get, and we just haven't been able to get this entire time. And the 5th team with them is Crystal Palace at 10, but we're missing the keeper. So literally the only player that we need to get for them is the goalie. And
which makes it more difficult, but also you know when it's happened.
yeah, so that makes it more exciting, but we'll see what we get. And then following them in with 9s, we have Ipswich, Man City, and Tottenham. So again, we're opening up 6-packs today. We could see any one of these 8 teams picked. Yeah, let's get right into it. See what teams we can pull, if any. If we get all low table teams, we don't actually get a team this week, that would be amazing.
I feel like we start with a West Ham player every time.
Woohoo! We don't. We really don't.
Oh, there he is, Mr. Kudus.
Hey.
Nico Williams, Nottingham Forest. Mr. Højlberg.
Oh, come on, seriously?
The man that no longer plays for Tottenham.
But we've got 6 of them in Tottenham kit.
Oh, you got Chilio from Brighton.
Ooh.
That could be new. Sam Morsey, Ipswich. Michael Keane of Everton. Adrenaline Rush Kevin De Bruyne of Manchester City.
Woohoo! I mean, not for De Bruyne, but for the adrenaline rush.
Adrenaline Rush De Bruyne. Okay, sure. Hold on. Hey. Arsenal. And little code card. Oh,
Oh, double code card.
there you go.
Cool.
Whoa, go crazy.
Awesome.
Someone dropped the ball in the factory.
Drop the ball. That'd actually be really
We had a
funny
tumbleweed.
if somebody at the job like dropped the ball, scared whoever was making the packs, and they accidentally dropped the extra one in there.
Alex Iwobi of Fulham. Christian Romero, Tottenham. Andreas Pereira, Fulham. Harrison Reed of Fulham. Rico Henry, Brentford. Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, running down the wing. And that makes 11.
It does make 11. And you know what else makes 11?
Rico Henry.
Rico Henry.
So we will be supporting Brentford first.
Brentford and Liverpool. Well, let's get through all these. Check who we're working with, along with our Hinchelward breakthroughs.
Which is a very good card because he's an amazing youngster.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone
And
behind him?
see where sitting.
Adrenaline Rush, Adam Armstrong.
Ooh, double adrenaline.
Cheeky fella. There you go.
Of course,
Pack
you
number
set
3, my lord.
Of course, you set the Salah card aside.
Oh, yeah. I mean Adrian Pimenta, I mean Paul Sneed, I mean Mohamed Salah. An inside joke. Maybe people again. Nathan Patterson, Everton. Pablo Zarabia of Wolves. Song Heung-min, Mr. Tottenham. Sheikh Doucouré of Crystal Palace. Højlund of Manchester United. Edingra for Brighton. Sid Ipswich forward. It's Al Mohammadi, world class.
Woohoo!
Plays for Ipswich, but okay. And an upside down, hypersonic, desperate to leave Man United, Mr. Rashford.
And I'm desperate to get rid of him.
There you go.
Got a few more days left. We'll see how this transfer window ends up.
Barcelona say yes. He says yes. La Liga say no.
Oh, that's fun.
Although La Liga said no to their last 2 players and they're both registered. But anyway, we're not here for La Liga. Ross Stewart of Southampton. That could be an 11.
Oh, that could be. Was that Stewart?
Yep.
I have to double check. Keep going.
Billy Gilmore, no longer at Brighton, but that's the card he has. Allison of Liverpool. Van Hecker of Brighton. A bonus, Crystal Stadium.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Stadium.
St. Mary's? St. Mary's.
Hey.
Kieran Trippier. I thought I said tension. Well, he is in the contract talks, but
well, it's tense precision, but I think that's a new precision card for us too.
if you watch this man's free kicks, he deserves a precision card. A Crystal Palace midfielder of Ice Eze, which I think all of our ice cards are Eze's.
I think they are, yep.
And a hot shot, never scores, Hoyland. Did I say that out loud?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm being mean this episode.
You are. You have no reason to be either. Like your team's top of two tables.
That is why I'm an Englishman. When our teams do well, we believe we are the best at absolutely everything, even though we will not win the Champions League.
Okay.
We'll probably make the final and lose. It's usually, what we do. We're not Minnesota, and we actually get through the playoff round.
Hey, we can get through a playoff round. It's just a matter of which decade we're talking, because it's only one decade at a time. But I digress.
It being 2005 doesn't bode well. Nick
Yep.
Pope of Newcastle.
Hey,
John Stones, Man City.
there we go.
Ain't Nori of Wolves. Timber of Arsenal. Ndozi, Southampton. There he is. It's Sam Johnston of Crystal Palace.
Finally, we have been needing him for so long, and we finally got him. That's one for him, and that's
Panini have
that's
done
a
him
watch
dirty.
for Crystal. Oh, this is gonna hurt. We should be at 3 right now that we know of,
It could be more.
and that's what we know. We know it's 3. We gotta finish these. Let's just go.
Who could it be? It's Alvarez. He's a defender, isn't he?
Central midfielder.
Well, to be honest, the question is
He's
position
he's
world
been,
class.
Yeah, I don't understand the reasoning behind that.
It's a new card, at least, I believe.
Yeah, you know what? I will take the new card. That's all I care about right now.
And a Bournemouth Zebarani defensive hero.
Hey, here we go.
And upside down, because, why not?
Okay, last pack. See what we can get.
It's a Kanate to start things off. I'm glad we actually play him now, because there was a stat at the Euros that him and a Bayern Munich defender are France's 2 main players, but they weren't playing for their clubs at the time. Anyway, moving on. El Mohammadi of Ipswich. We've got a few of those. Atara of Bournemouth. Mavropanos.
Hey, there we go.
The Hammers. I think it's our first Aston Villa card, and it's one that we have.
That's our first Aston Villa card, and it is our 4th Bailey right now.
So we've gone from 3 Aston Villa cards to 3.
Yep.
Hey, Mr. McAllister. 2 Liverpool in 1 pack. Can't be salty with that. Well then, yeah, never card off.
Unusual.
Relentless Decore. I think we have that.
Oh, yes, we do.
Badger Stadium.
All right. We counted through the teams, and we have an official new record for us. How many new teams did we get?
If you can count, this many. 4.
This is gonna hurt. It's so much to watch. I mean, it's positive side. We get to watch a lot of matches. Some we're very much looking forward to do. Downside, we have to watch a lot of matches.
I watch a lot of matches anyway, so the nice thing is it's split evenly, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Yeah, that'll make it easier. Other plus side is there is a break after this weekend for FA Cup, I think Carabao as well, and basically like for anything else happening. So there will be a pause between now and the next episode, but I mean that gives us and you guys plenty of time to watch all of these matches because it's a lot. So
pick a team, support, and watch all their highlights for the season.
Basically, yeah.
It wouldn't take you that long. They're like, 11 minutes each?
if that. So I mean, it's doable. I mean, not for us. I digress. But going into it, so first off, we have Brentford, thanks to Rico Henry. We got them. They are going to be playing Tottenham.
Not that Henry.
No, not that Henry. Different Henry. Not touching that. But they're playing Tottenham. Respectfully, they are placed in 11th and 15th. So that should be a pretty exciting to see what happens there. Looking forward to it. Next team that we got, because of the amazing work and so much waiting, there's no reason to wait for so long for this guy. But we got Sam Johnstone for Crystal Palace. So we will be rooting for, what are they?
The Eagles?
Eagles? Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Come on, you're American, man. You should know what that is.
Yeah, but it's not red, white, and blue, so the eagle itself, shut up.
Red,
I
white,
said shut up. But we finally got we finally got Johnstone, so we will be rooting for Crystal Palace as they take on Man United. They are lower on the table a bit. Crystal's currently at 17th, United's at 12th, but it should still be pretty close because 2 points separate them, wasn't it? Or 1 point?
Was it? Let me just double check real quick. Oh, Crystal Palace is 13th.
Oh,
My bad. I'm gonna say 2 points between.
okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense point wise. Okay, Crystal's 13th, Man United is 12th, so this is going to be a fight right in the middle of the table there. So
Crystal Palace win, they switch places.
Yeah, so this is something to look forward to. And then next up, your favorite.
Pete? Wonder Mohamed Salah.
So we're going to be rooting for Liverpool as they take on Bournemouth. They are in 1st and 7th, respectfully.
Although Bournemouth are top of the table for form.
Bournemouth has been looking like a solid team. So this should be a good fight for them, trying to show just exactly how good they are.
They've scored 9 in the last 2 games and I believe let 1 in. So an aggregate of 9-1 in the Premier League. That's not even Man City numbers.
Okay, so that's something to worry about, but
I can already hear.
It's all going to be go Reds for that.
I can already hear the commentator. And Bournemouth's run continues. I'm scared.
I'll wait and see. I'm a little more optimistic. But okay, last up, and we got 2 players to get them in there. Southampton will be taking on Ipswich. And this will be a fight for relegation, which, I mean, they're both at the very bottom anyways, but this will, I guess, give whoever wins momentum, like, to try and get out of it.
Ipswich have the opportunity to get out of the relegation zone.
Yeah. But, I mean...
results have to go their way.
Yeah, but as far as this game goes, it's going to be all Southampton. So... to recap, we have Brentford, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, and Southampton getting our support for this weekend. I mean, some exciting matches to look forward to.
Check the times and see.
Like literal top, middle, and bottom of the table fights happening. So it's going to be some exciting stuff, and we got time to do it. So, but as is tradition for us in this, because we pulled a team, in this case, because we pulled at least one team, we are opening up a limited edition pack. So whoever we pull here will be counted towards whatever team they belong to in the kit that they're wearing, not necessarily where they are now, even if they're on the normal list of players or not. So as example, the limited edition West Ham player is Fabianski, who is not in the regular list for these cards, but he counts towards Areola or West Ham's keeper. I mean, that's just what we decided to do. That's what we're sticking with. So let's see what limited we get this time. Oh, I was kind of hoping I didn't rip the card, and thankfully I didn't.
That'll be fun.
We have an Ipswich Davis. And
That makes team number 5, doesn't it?
If memory serves, that is a new player for Ipswich. That puts them. No, that technically puts them at 11, but
no keeper.
They don't have a keeper yet. So, literally, we need Walton to show up, not pull a Johnstone and disappear for weeks on end. We need.
Oh, we're not. We are rather supporting Southampton now against Ipswich. So if their goalkeeper doesn't want to show up for that game, that'd be great.
Yeah, me too. But I mean,
show up in the pack next week.
So Davis does count towards Ipswich. Count where they're currently at top with 10, but we need Walton to get that 11 and make Ipswich our supported team for the weekend.
Like maybe a Premier League team, unless there's a red card or an injury during a game, you can't start a game without a goalkeeper in goal.
Yeah, so that's why we're doing this. Well, that's why we're doing this rule, because in a game you need a keeper, and so we're going with what this set of cards have given us. So we are at 4 for the weekend. We hope you will join us in supporting all 4. If not, who are you picking to support, either in this or in general? Let us know.
Did you already support one of these teams? Now you're glad all their cards have shown up.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And any suggested name for this series would be greatly appreciated. But otherwise, we will see you guys for the next match week. What?
The Connor Chaplin channel.
Yes, we will see you next match week for the Chaplin channel, because apparently that's all we get.